everybody. Do you believe in monsters? I'm not sure if they really exist, but believe it or not, my brother has a monster. That's the name of the book that we're going to read today. It's called Believe It or Not, My Brother Has a Monster. The book is by Ken Nesbitt and the pictures are by David Slolum. I'm Granny Ricky and I'm really pleased that you're here to listen to this story. I see two little boys out in the dark. And what do they see? Great big footprints in the sand. Who do those belong to? We'll have to find out. It happened just last Halloween. The weirdest thing you've ever seen. My brother went out after dark and found a monster in the park. Look at that. That little boy has found a monster behind the tree. And this little boy doesn't look too brave or happy about it. He led it home and snuck it in, which gave me goosebumps on my skin to see a monster standing there, those giant claws, that shaggy hair. I had to struggle not to shout. I hope our parents don't find out. Look at this little boy, trying desperately not to shout, and the other child is saying, "Shh, don't shout. He doesn't want his parents to find out." And in the meantime, the monster's busy climbing the steps. Up, up, up he goes. I felt a sense of dread and doom within my brother's darkened room. My pounding heart began to race, and when he saw my frightened face, my brother flew back out and found two hairy spiders, big and round. He set them gently on his bed. They crawled up on the monster's head. They crept along its scruffy snout. I hope our parents don't find out. Oh my goodness, this child is so very, very nervous. And his brother is laughing. Look at those spiders on the monster's snout. Although they gave me chills and sweats, my brother liked his creepy pets. So when he spied 3 rats outside, he brought them in. I nearly cried. He dropped them in his dresser, where they snatched his socks and underwear. The spiders thought the rats were fun. Who knew that underwear could run? The monster chased them all about. I hope our parents don't find out. Look at the rats with the underwear on running all over. And even the spiders are trying on the underwear. Look at that there. Oh my goodness me. Four toads he captured, bounced a ball around the room and off the wall. The rats jumped in to join the fun. The spiders bounced another one. Oh goodness, what a crazy night. The balls went flying left and right and bonked the monster on the snout. I hope our parents don't find out. He next found 5 black cats that night. I felt so scared my face went white. The instant that he let them go, they powered on his stereo. The spiders did the monster mash. The toads and rats enjoyed the bash. The monster bopped and flopped about. I hope our parents don't find out. Oh, this little boy is really worried about his parents finding out about all these creatures inside the house. He brought 6 lizards in, and these jumped up on his computer's keys. The rats and cats, they punched a few. The toads and spiders tried it too. They poked, they pounced, they pushed, they pried, until his new computer died. The monster howled all throughout. I hope our parents don't find out. Look at all those animals on the computer. This rat's getting crushed underneath the keyboard. But look at them all here. All of them around the computer. Lizards and cats and rats and spiders. He then snuck 7 bats inside. The spiders ran and tried to hide. They dashed behind some picture frames and dumped the box with all his games. The lizards dove to dodge the bats, who chased the toads and rats and cats, and swooped around the monster's snout. I hope our parents don't find out. The 8 black ravens that he found flew in and raced the bats around. The spiders, toads and lizards too climbed up to get a better view. The rats and cats all shrieked to see the bats crash into the TV. The monster grinned without a doubt. I hope our parents don't find out. Look at the cats howling with laughter, and the bats are flying and bashing into the TV, and the rats and the toads and the lizards are all just sitting there watching what's going on. My brother really must like bugs, for next came 9 disgusting slugs. He put them down, and right away those slimy slugs began to play. They took his skateboard for a spin, and that's when Mum and Dad walked in. They instantly switched on the light, and this is what they saw that night. 9 caterpillars, not 1 slug. 8 robins strutting on the rug, plus 7 lovely butterflies. 6 geckos with big friendly eyes. 5 kittens on the stereo. 4 frogs all croaking in a row. 3 mice inside a dresser drawer. 2 gerbils playing on the floor. And looking not the least bit scary, 1 shaggy dog, just big and hairy. But when he saw our parents frown, he started jumping up and down. He yelped and bounced and acted weird. Our parents patted him and smiled. The kittens then began to purr. Our parents felt their fluffy fur. They pet the geckos, frogs and mice, and said the butterflies were nice. The robins chirped a silly song. Our parents whistled right along. They brushed the gerbils, and it's true, they held the caterpillars too. And Mum and Dad had such a ball, they told him he could keep them all. Wow! So the brother gets to keep all these animals and creepy crawlies, as his pets. You'd think he'd be completely set and never need another pet, and yet today he found 10 snakes. 10 garter snakes, for goodness sakes, and snakes he cannot do without. I hope our parents don't find out. Oi, that was quite a story. Full of animals. It started out with one monster. But what was that monster really? It was just a great big scruffy dog. I think this little boy has got quite a good imagination, don't you? He imagined that he saw a monster in the dark. And then came 2 spiders. Look at them. Big, fat, round spiders. And this child is so afraid. I hope our parents don't find out. I don't think he wanted to keep those spiders. And then came 3 rats. 1, 2, 3. And 2 spiders. 1, 2. And 1 monster. 4 toads he captured, bounced the ball around the room and off the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4 toads. And 3 mice. 1, 2, 3. And 2 spiders. 1, 2. And 1 monster. There he is there with his great big snout. And then came 5 black cats. And they switched on the stereo and everybody was dancing. Let's count. How many monsters? 1. And then came the spiders. How many spiders? 1, 2. And then the mice. 1, 2, 3. And then came the frogs. Were there 4 frogs? Can you see 4 frogs? Yes, where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5 black cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this room is getting so full. 6 lizards, 5 cats, 4 frogs, 3 rats, 2 spiders, and 1 monster. They poked, they pounced, they pushed, they pried, until his new computer died. Seven bats. Now there's so many animals in there, it's hard to count them. Can you see the 7 bats? Let's try and find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are the others? I think there's another one there. 6. And there's one gone missing. Can you find it? Wow, what a busy room full of all the animals. 8 black ravens. The ravens and the bats are all flying in the room and they're crashing into the TV. And the cats are having a real laugh about it. And the rats and the frogs and the lizards are all just watching, sitting up there with the monster, watching it all happen. And finally there were 9 slugs. brother really must like bugs. And the slugs started to play right away. And then Mum and Dad walked in. And what did they see? They saw 9 caterpillars, not one slug. So those were really caterpillars. And they saw 8 robins, not a raven. And they saw 7 lovely butterflies instead of bats. 6 geckos with big friendly eyes, not lizards. And the 5 black cats were actually 5 kittens on the stereo. 4 frogs all croaking in a row. 3 mice inside a dresser drawer. And 2 gerbils playing on the floor. And looking not one least bit scary, 1 shaggy dog, just big and hairy. Oh, look at that big dog. He looks like a very friendly dog, doesn't he? And when he saw our parents frown, he started jumping up and down. He yipped and bounced and acted wild. Our parents patted him and smiled. And then the parents were playing with the kittens and the frogs and the butterflies, brushing the gerbil's hair. And Mum and Dad said that he could keep them all. But that wasn't enough. My brother found 10 snakes, 10 garter snakes. I hope our parents don't find out. Wow, that is a lot of pets in one house. Do you have any pets? Do you have any weird pets like these? Pets can be a lot of fun. They're also quite a bit of work. You've got to remember to feed them and to give them water and give them a lot of time and attention and love and cuddles. And of course you have to keep them clean. And if they live in cages, the cages have to be kept clean. But they can give you a lot of fun and a lot of love. I think if you have a pet, or if you would like to have a pet, why don't you draw a picture for us now? And if you like, you could send it off to me by email. I'd love to see your pictures, and maybe we can show them to our friends. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye, Savannah. See you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.